This week's chapter gives us more of Ginguro and the other world in which he originates from. After being trapped, the holders have no choice but to go into full combat mode. Tota aims for the center where the big hitters are, and we finally see the ones that matter with Asuna. Before she was buying them time, but now she's their enemy, which is very bad for them as immortals. And if you thought things couldn't get worse, she was multiplied and blitzed everybody except for Juzo, who she had to double tap to kill. Looking like it's game over, Ginguro reaches out for Tota before he is sent to his original world, and he avoids a truck about to hit him. Thinking about the canceling of their immortality, he looks around, reading a newspaper to get caught up and finds out about a virus that's been going around. I wonder what that's a reference to. He is suddenly called out by one of his classmates, Nakayama, who he's forgotten considering he's lived in the other world for so long. Checking his status and records of the event, Tota and Juzo appear, and the three go to Denny's, aka Donnie's. Everyone gets up to date, and Tota comments on Ginguro's look, while Juzo notices he can finally see Ginguro's face without the mask he puts up. Unsure of what to do now, considering what they're up against, Ginguro pitches if they return to that point of time, then they might have a chance, informing us of his ability, rewriting the reality of the opposing inferior world so they can erase Asuna's ability. Considering there are two worlds, the one they exist on currently becomes the superior and the other is the inferior or fictional one. Thus, changes can be made. They decide to go to Ginguro's home, where we see his mother, who he hasn't seen for 73 years. Like any teenager who's embarrassed of his parents, he tries to go to his room, but then his sister shows up and interrupts, followed by them having dinner and going to sleep finally. Tota and Juzo decide to observe Ginguro's lifestyle. Tota realizes how different the two worlds are, and there's something about this one that he likes. Even if he could stay here, he still has something important on the other. Thinking, does Ginguro think this way as well about his world? Ginguro tells them by dying in this world, they'll go back to the other world, but they only have 5 days to make a choice, and he has a plan. Even when he's asked if he'd stay here, he chooses to go back, feeling like he's more valuable over there than he is here. Juzo and Tota wake up and decide to leave Ginguro, saying that he has more responsibilities here as well as a promise to keep, and he's not the type who would flake out on a promise. Juzo, after some research, realizes a way to stop Asuna's immortal killer move and prepares himself, but they're not going without Ginguro because they need him to do so, and he's made the decision to come with them, considering he does care about both worlds and he has a job to finish. After fulfilling his promise, he is now more motivated than ever because he has a home to come back to and a promise to keep. Overall, I'm glad to see that they're actually doing stuff with Ginguro now, and we finally get to see more of this other world that we've just heard of but never really seen too much of. One question I do have though is, where is Negi? Because we've seen everybody else, but no Negi. Maybe he'll be a benefit to the holders, considering they have enough enemies as it stands. Having Negi would just make it even worse. So, where is he? If you liked this video, then I beg you, watch my Juzo Sashimi video or my well-received Tota and Yukihime video, assuming you want to see more of it on this channel.